Welcome back, fight fans. Welcome back. Let's just dig right into it. Now, Jermall Charlo is scheduled to return to his hometown in Houston in June to fight an undetermined, unnamed opponent at the moment. And we already know that opponent is not going to be the best at 160 pounds. We already know that opponent is not going to be a Gennady Golovkin, a Canelo Alvarez, a Danny Jacobs, a Demetrius Andre. We know it's not going to be any of those top opponents at 160 pounds. That's one thing that we know. So the problem with Jermall Charlo at this point is, why is he not on the zone? Why is he not going for the biggest fights? Because from my viewpoint, it looks like he's ducking the biggest and best fights. And this is why, because I've even gotten more further evidence. And every time I've said this, people say, oh, he's not ducking the best fights. Everybody's ducking him. You know, Jermall Charlo is supposed to be this big, bad, tough guy. I thought that he lost his fight against Matt Korobov and was gifted a decision against Matt Korobov. That's what I personally felt. At the end of the day, Jermall Charlo looks human, looked very beatable in that fight. Regardless of how you see it, I don't think he's on the same level or ready to compete with any of the best names at 160 pounds, but he keeps claiming that he is. His fan base is screaming that he needs these best fights, and the way to get him is for him to move over to the zone, or to at least have PBC work with the zone to make these fights. That is tremendous and one of the biggest things that needs to be done, because the PBC has shown a propensity of not wanting to work with other platforms. The PBC had a hard time wanting to work with the zone and Eddie Hearn to make a Joshua Wilder fight. Now they're starting to finally come around. The PBC had a hard time with wanting to work with ESPN and Bob Arum to make a Fury Wilder fight. They've had a very hard time with making a Spence Crawford fight. These guys really don't want to make the best fights, and it's very difficult for these guys to want to come to the negotiation table with other promoters. These guys hold personal grudges, so there's a lot of issues there. They don't want to risk their fighters in risky fights against other promotional companies' best fighters, and that's a huge problem, because we want to see the best fight the best if these guys truly are the best. Now, when we look at what Eddie Hearn has stated about this, according to Michael Benson, Eddie Hearn has come out and revealed to the media that he had a new conversation with Jermall Charlo, a private conversation in which he told him, we've got Triple G, Canelo Alvarez, Demetrius Andre, and Danny Jacobs. You'll be paid 3 times as much money as you're making at the moment and fight all those guys. What the F are you waiting for? And it seems like what he's waiting for is another bum bash from the PBC. I think Jermall Charlo thinks that he's going to build his name and his career of becoming the notorious bum slayer. And Deontay Wilder became the bum slayer. Now he's attempting to become the bum slayer. That is no way to go to the top. That is no way to become a respected and top level fighter or a unified champion. Jermall Charlo must make adjustments. He's already 28 years old. So he's already at the point in his career where he has to start getting the biggest and best fights before he starts hitting that point in his career where he's no longer at his physical prime and peak. So these are things that need to start happening now, because his growth as a fighter is on the line. How much further can he grow and how much better can he get will be limited to the level of opposition that he's fighting. But I guarantee you his next fight at 160 pounds in June will be yet another bum bash. Once again, unbiased as always, it's the IBFP. Please share, like, and you must absolutely subscribe.